Okay. Today's date is December 13, 2005. This is ID number 7915, Detective Shirley Carey at the Town of Palm Beach Police Department. Present with me is Detective Dawson of the Palm Beach Police Department. And could you state your name for the record, please?
Michelle Licata.
Can you spell your last name for me?
Licata.
Okay, Michelle, what's your date of birth?
2/29/88.
Okay. How old are you?
17.
Okay. Michelle, I already spoke to your mom, and she has given me authorization to speak to you in reference to this case. I am investigating a case, case number 05368, involving a gentleman by the name of Jeffrey. You may know him as Jeff or Jeffrey. He lives in the town of Palm Beach. I have reason to believe that you may have some information pertaining to his residence and or a visit at his house. I'm going to ask you in your own words to tell me exactly what happened from the beginning. I may interrupt you to ask you some more questions. But before we begin, can you raise your right hand for me? You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God?
Okay.
Okay. In your own words, tell me exactly how you were introduced to this gentleman in Palm Beach.
My friend, well, not really friend, Yolanda Lopez, told me in class that she could find a way of making money. And it was like, for Christmas, so you figure you can get money. And then she said that if I ever told anybody, she'd beat my ass. And so I didn't even know what she was talking about, but I was like, okay. She said she just goes to an old guy's house, or a place where old guys are, and then you just massage them for like 45 minutes and you get like $200. And so she picked me up after work. We went down there. Right before we got in there, she was like, oh, he might ask you to take off your shirt or something. But I didn't think anything of it, so I said, okay. And then I went in his house. A lady escorted me up to a room, had a bed on it.
Okay, let me back you up for a second. You said this was right before Christmas. Christmas of last year or the year before?
Last year.
Last year. So it was December of 2004, right? Okay, how old were you then?
I think 16.
Okay.
And then I went up there, he was on the phone, and he just told me to massage his feet. So I went out with her and did it. He gave us rations and everything, and then...
Okay, hold on for 1 second. Hold on. Take me from when you got to the house in Palm Beach. First of all, do you remember the name of the street?
You said it before, but I just can't remember it.
Okay. Do you remember any specifics of the house?
I know where it is if I were to go back. I could find it.
Okay.
It was at the end on the left side.
The end on the left side? Okay. Do you remember the color of the house?
Oh, it was too long ago.
Okay. I know, it's been some time, and we did speak once before. So, you're walking in with Yolanda? Okay. Take me from, do you go in the front door, do you go through the garage?
You go through a side gate, you have to knock on the back door, kind of, and a lady will ask you, like, what's your name is, or why are you there?
Okay.
And
what's the lady's name, do you know?
No, I think she was the maid, because she was, like, folding up towels, and she was bringing them upstairs.
Do you know, can you describe her to me?
She might be a Spanish lady. I can't remember. So.
Okay.
And when you walked in, there was food on the table. They offered you food. And you waited a couple minutes. I guess she was in another session. I don't know. Because, right, a girl walked out before I walked in, and this really pretty lady. You walked in with 2 ladies, and they look like they're kind of like models or something. And they had like blonde, long hair. And one of them came down and told me I could go upstairs or follow her. And as we were walking up the stairs, she told me what was going to happen. Like, well, he's going to have some lotions there, and he'll probably be on the phone for a little while.
Okay. Did the blonde lady with the long hair take you upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. how did she take you upstairs? How did you,
She just kept following me.
did you go up big staircase, little staircase?
It went into like a living room. It was in the kitchen and then a living room, and turned right. Then it was like a staircase, kind of like, I guess it's kind of like spiral.
Okay. So she took you to where?
It kind of looked like a bathroom, but there was no toilet. So it was a cold room, and it had like a sauna in there.
Okay.
A big sauna, just a table where he was gonna lay on, place where you could wash your hands, and it just kind of looked like it was a room for that.
Okay. Okay, so take me from there.
Turn the lights on some, and he was on the phone. He was like, there's lotions in here. You can start by rubbing my feet. So, put some lotion, rub his feet, and then told me to rub his calves, his legs or whatever, and then, then he wanted me to rub his back. Started up top, and then he kept asking me to go lower and lower. And he still had the towel on at this point. And then when I got like right where his, right above his like butt, like kind of right above here, he like flipped over, and he just told me to like start rubbing like his stomach and stuff like that and his chest. And then he told me, he's like, why don't you just take off your shirt pants? I was like, okay. So I did that, and then...
You had your shirt and pants on when you were rubbing his feet, his calves?
Yeah.
Okay. So you took off your pants and shirt. Okay.
And then, like, he got more into everything, and he took off his towel.
Okay.
And I didn't like really know why he was doing that, but... And then he was kind of talking to me, like trying to get to know me about like my sex life. He was like, oh, you're such a beautiful girl. He's like, well, what do you like when you have sex? And I didn't even like answer him. I was like, well, I don't really like to do anything. I was like, I'm a shy person. And he was like, oh, but you're so beautiful. He kept saying that for some reason.
Alright, let me stop you for a second. When he took off his towel, was he completely naked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you were in bra and panties?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Take me from there. So he took off his towel, he's showing you how beautiful you are.
And he told me to rub his nipples. He was like, oh, just like pinch them or something. And I was like, and then he had one hand on his feet.
Okay.
And then he like tried like rubbing me on my chest, and then he like, I had the middle of my bra was the snap off part, and he like snapped it off, and he was trying to feel my boobs, and then he like grabbed my side, and he was jacking himself off at the same time, and then he went down to, my vagina.
We've heard it all.
My crotch, yeah. And he didn't take off my panties, but he like pushed it to the side, and he was like feeling on my head. He's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna go in there. I was like, that's so weird anyway. And then, he started rubbing down there, and then he kept like talking dirty. He's like, oh, that feels so hard and stuff. And I like backed away. I was like, sick.
Okay. At any time did you tell him no, or you told him you're not comfortable with it?
I like backed away, and I was like, well, I don't know if I should do that. And I was like, I was really hesitant and so scared that I didn't know what to do. Like, it's kind of like you just want to get it over with to get it over with. And I was being so tense, I guess that's why he was saying that. And then he actually stuck his fingers in me, and I backed away again. He's like, oh, don't worry. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he went back to the outside, and he was still jerking himself off, and then finally he finished himself, wrapped up his towel, and said there was $200 on the counter, and then there's an extra 100 for Yolanda for bringing me in. He's like, oh, I'd like to see you again. I was like, yeah, oh, not really.
Okay. Let me bring you back to when he snapped off your bra. When he snapped it off, did you take it off, or did he slip it off you, or did you just have it on and it was just hanging?
Yeah, it was just hanging. He snapped it off, and it was just right here.
Okay. At any time did he touch your breast?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're standing there, your bra's been unsnapped. What kind of panties did you have on? Can you remember?
Thong.
A thong? He started touching you on the outside of your panties, or did he move your panties to one side?
On the outside first, and then he moved them over.
Okay. And then he started touching you on the outside of your vagina, and he told you he was not going to go inside.
Yeah.
At what point did that change?
When he started feeling down there, and then he went, put his fingers on me.
Okay, when you say fingers, did he use more than one finger?
I think he used two. Whatever.
Okay.
And then after I told him, I backed away, and I was just kind of shaking my head no. He's like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he kind of still put his fingers down there. He was just pushing really hard on me. Like, I don't know, he was just still, like his fingers weren't in me, but he was still like close enough to where it still felt weird.
When he had his fingers inside you, you backed up to get him out, or?
Yeah, and to let him know that I didn't want to do that.
Okay. And none of this was told to you by Yolanda that this would happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why when I got out, I was shaken up and I didn't even say anything to her. And then she asked me what happened, and I told her what happened, and she said, oh, it's okay. You fingered one of my other friends that I brought here. And I was like, and you let him do that, and you still brought me here? She's like, oh, it's okay. You got $200. Does it matter? I was like, did you have to do that? She said, no. I was like, hey, then you don't know how it feels. She said, let's just go shopping and stuff. I was like, no.
Okay. During this time that this was occurring, he was jerking off, as you said? Okay. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Is it something that, you know what the definition of masturbation is?
Yeah.
Is that what you would consider?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you, I'm sorry, I'm taking some silence. Do you know what a circumcised and uncircumcised penis?
Then, but not now. I know what it is.
Okay. Did you visually see his penis, or?
Yeah.
Would you say it was circumcised or uncircumcised?
I would think it would be circumcised by trying not to look.
Okay.
I was kind of just like looking away because I didn't want to see what was actually happening.
Okay. You said that he had finished. Right?
He came.
Okay.
Because he like made a big sigh of relief, like he had been done, and he just got himself back up. And
Do you know where he came on? Was it on the towel? Was it on himself, on the bed, or?
I think it was on the towel, like right between his legs, probably.
Okay. As I told you before, and I explained to your mom, what he did was wrong. Okay. I want to reassure you on that. Okay. At any point, did he ever ask you to leave your phone number or?
No, he didn't ask me for anything. Like, I think he asked me my name in the beginning.
Did he know your age?
I don't think he did. I think he did. Downstairs, Yolanda's like, oh, well, if they ask you how old you are, just say you're 18, but she never asked me how old I was.
Okay.
Okay. I thought you had to be a certain age to massage someone.
Do you have any formal massage training?
No. That's why I thought it was weird.
Okay. How long would you say the session lasted?
Probably about 45 minutes.
45 minutes? You said he wanted to see you again. Did the blonde hair lady try to take your information, or?
He said, oh, well, I think Yolanda gave my secretary your name and number and stuff, and I'd like to see you again, and
Did anybody from the house ever call you again? Nobody's ever called you?
No.
Okay. You only went there that one time?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I guess there was another girl that, like, Yolanda split everything with. Like, they were kind of partners in doing it.
Who was that?
This girl, Vanessa. I'm not quite sure. My brother would probably know her because she's a year older than us. But she met up with Publix afterwards, and Yolanda went and gave her some money. I think they had to share the $100 that they did. Because whenever they bring in new people, they get $100. And then I heard another thing at my school that there was like a rumor about this other girl had happened to. I just been changing money on because I don't want anyone to know about me.
You know who the other girl was?
I'm sure if I asked.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Did you know you went to Royal Palm Beach High School?
I don't think he knew anything about me. That's right.
Like the questions he was asking you and trying to get to know you, what kind of questions do you mean other than the sexual questions?
Asked me what school I went to. Because he was just asking me, like, oh, so how are you today? You're good at massaging, you think about going into business. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And he started asking me, so do you have a boyfriend? What do you do for fun? Pretty much, like, oh, do you, it was kind of weird hearing it from like an older guy. He was like, oh, so do you like to, how do you like to have sex? And stuff like that. He's like, do you like it when people, he's like, do you like it when people, like, touch boobs and massage your boobs? And I said, no, I don't really like when people touch my body because I'm shy, and I think it feels weird. I don't want anyone to touch my boobs anyway. He did it. Never mind. But he kept asking me to, like, rub his nipples. He's like, oh, that's so good. And I was like,
think of anything offhand?
Was he in good shape? Was he a big blob or was he...
You could tell he was old, but he wasn't, like, muscular or anything like that. He looked like a regular old guy.
Did he have any accents or anything, or?
No.
Did he ever introduce himself to you?
No, that's why I didn't know who you were talking about. I guess I heard that name from Yolanda. His name is Jeff. I was like, okay. I didn't take notes on his name or anything.
I know. I know this is difficult for you, and I know it was difficult for you to talk to me the other day, and it's difficult for you to talk to me now. But I've talked to a lot of people, and I really appreciate you talking to me about this. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the statement? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this statement. The time by my watch is 5:25 p.m.